A terminal is a point of connection in a system of wires. Typically, a terminal is placed at the end of a wire. Connectors may be used to securely fasten terminals together. Terminals are either insulated or non-insulated. Insulated terminals are protected from dust and dirt by a plastic wrap or casing, while non-insulated terminals should be insulated with heat shrink once constructed. Crimp terminals require the end of the wire to be attached to the terminal by crimping. First, the end of the wire is stripped using wire strippers. The stripper may be a dedicated tool or part of a multi-purpose tool. The amount of wire stripped should fit neatly into the connector's crimp area. When covering non-insulated terminals with heat shrink, cut the heat shrink slightly longer than the join to cover it sufficiently. It is important to thread the wire through the heat shrink before crimping, as connectors will not typically fit through the heat shrink. Depending on whether the terminal is insulated or not, different crimping tools must be used. Insulating crimp terminals offer a small area to crimp, meaning the wider non-insulated crimp tool would crush the adjacent plastic. Some crimping pliers feature sections for both types of terminals. A non-insulated terminal has a seam on one side. This is placed against the concave end of the crimping tool. Insulating terminals have a rounded crimping area and do not have a specific orientation. Firm pressure is exerted on the crimp area with the crimping tool. This force should be enough to create a secure join, but not as much as to damage the wire. It is important to perform the pull test to assess the quality of the join. Pulling on each side of the join to create tension will determine if the wire end has been properly inserted into the terminal and if the crimp has been made securely. A similar principle may be applied to splicing 3 or more wires together at a single point. Instead of a terminal with a crimping area, a short crimp tube is placed over the aligned ends of the wires and is crimped to create the join. A thin or wide crimping tool may be used in this situation. Adhesive heat shrink is appropriate for this join, as the adhesive inner coating creates a stronger bond that is harder to break and seals the wire away from foreign objects, allowing the join to remain as a permanent part of the assembly.